After the recent wildfires, there were several reports of unlicensed contractors going door to door in the neighborhoods that were affected. And sometimes we know that hiring the right contractor, no matter what the job is, can be a project in itself. Well, our friends at the Home Pro Show have done the hard work for you. Let's get over to the host of the Home Pro Show, Clint August. Good morning.
Good morning, Heather. Now, speaking of those wildfires, it was very unfortunate that people took it upon themselves to do that and go door to door and take advantage of people. But even before that, are you like me where you're always leery of who's coming into your home?
Absolutely, especially with two small children in the house. I mean, even someone coming up to my door can be a little bit intimidating. When it comes to finding the right contractor, I think that people need to do their homework, and it really isn't that hard to find out some background about the person that's coming to your door.
You know, that's true. And we have Greg Cantor, co-host of the show on News Radio 600 KOGO every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. 30 years in the business with Murray Lampert, design, build, remodel, and a heck of a nice guy, as well as the co-owner of the show along with Home Improvement Heather. This is Sean Johnson. And we're here today to talk just about what you just said, Heather, about finding the right contractor. But Sean, why did you start the Home Pro Show?
Well, we started the Home Pro Show about 2 years ago because we saw there was a need in San Diego for a resource for people to be able to find the very best contractors and be able to have that as a free service. So we got together with Greg. Greg's been a part of it from the very beginning. And so together we've kind of crafted out a way for people to be able to find the right contractors and do that without the fear, right, Greg?
Yeah, and it's just taken off because people want to join up with our network, and then the pros are recommending more pros, and it's like, it's really taken off.
But one of the things that we've seen is one of the reasons we wanted to do this particular segment is in the wake of the fires and the people that were going door to door is we want to inform people how to be able to find the right contractor and avoid who we call chuck in a truck.
Make the right choices.
Right. And chuck in a truck to us is the contractor that doesn't belong doing what they're doing. They're not licensed. First step, Greg, first check on ApprovedHomePros.com or call 855-840-PRO. Right.
Because we vetted all these people, so you're getting good quality pros there.
Secondly, once you're talking to the contractor, you got to check the references, correct?
References, online reviews, go to the Contractor State License Board, see if they're in good standing with a bond, workers' compensation. The only thing that the license board doesn't show is liability insurance.
Which is key.
And the way to confirm that is to ask any contractor to provide proof of insurance.
And as much as you want to trust people by word of mouth, really what it is, you need a written bid. You got to get it on paper.
Yep. And plans if it's
right.
A good set of plans if it's a major project.
So some of the key things: request the license and insurance we talked about, ask for written bids, beware of unusually low or high bids is one of the key things, because what you see with chuck in a truck kind of contractors, they'll come in with a very low bid,
right,
and then by the time you're done, you're paying way more than you would have with a reputable contractor. So you got to watch out for those very low bids.
Very true. And then also, sometimes we hear our clients will say, well, we're getting 10 bids. That's too many. 3 or 4 bids is good, because anything more than that, you can't manage it. You forget what one person said.
And guys, some of the things we want to really cover here quickly to make sure that we're giving the homeowner what they need.
Ensure the scope of work is in all the bids is the same. California law does not allow somebody to take a deposit of more than 10% or $1,000, whichever's less.
Right.
Correct?
And to me, that's a major red flag. If somebody has their hand out for a deposit right away, then I would steer clear.
Never pay in cash. Only pay in full once the job is done, correct? Get a detailed written contract. You mentioned that. I think that's a key thing.
Right. And scope that describes the work.
Cover how change orders will be handled, which is the thing that a lot of the chuck in a truck kind of contractors will do, is they'll change order you to death. Keep records along the way, hold them to the schedule, and enjoy the process.
Absolutely.
You can enjoy it.
And trust your instinct. I mean, that's probably the first thing.
I'm glad you said that, actually, because a lot of times if I don't go with my gut, I end up regretting it. But that's smart, Greg. And here's the thing. Fran from Kearney Mesa reached us through ApprovedHomePros.com. We were asked by a contractor to give him money to buy materials. Is this a standard practice or a good idea?
Another major red flag. I mean, if a reputable company is going to handle everything, buy the materials, going to send the clients out to pick things, choose things, but they're going to pay the bills.
And all of this entire list is available at ApprovedHomePros.com or on our Facebook page. And if somebody wants to email us, we'll on the website, or just actually click on there, we'll send them an email version they can print out themselves.
And Heather, that's another thing too, and I'm sure you're aware of this, but for the viewers that may not be, there is a real person who is going to get back to you about your questions through ApprovedHomePros.com, or if you call 855-840-PRO, it might be Sean.
is getting right back to us. I mean, we so appreciate that service as well. Can I just ask you guys about this real quick? The change order process when you hire a contractor. We do know that somebody can come in with a very low bid and then, as Sean mentioned, change order you to death. How do you protect yourself from that?
That's a great question, Heather. As far as protecting yourself, as far as a change order is concerned, having that in place, she's talking about how when someone comes in with a low bid and then all of a sudden it's twice as much as it should have been, how do you protect yourself?
First of all, you push back, and you never, no work should be done, whether it's extra charge, credit, any changes to the contract have to be documented with the change order. But if someone's pushing you to pay more money, you should push back.
And that's what that whole change order is for, is to protect you from that.
Absolutely.
And Murray Lampert's a great example of all these things being done the right way.
There we go.
All right, guys, thank you so much. I know with a lot of folks out there, get multiple bids. Sean mentioned 3 to 4 in order to protect yourself, especially from that change order process, which nails people time after time, even with the licensed contractors.
Absolutely. Go to ApprovedHomePros.com. We've done the homework for you. You know, we say it, we're your friend in the business.
All right. Guys, thank you so much. You have a great weekend.
You too.